All right, air signs, what's up? It's Illuminaughty Mystex, and I'm back for some elemental updates. I'm off schedule. I've talked about it a whole bunch. I don't really care to explain. I'm not doing the Halloween oracles right now, and you notice that I'm not shuffling cards because I got a shit ton in the last reading, and I really felt like I needed to read them, but the reading went so long that I was like, fuck it, I'm going to use them for the air sign video. So if you want, you can go check out the earth sign video. You can see the whole situation. I did not, it's decent stacks of cards, which is why I didn't quite get to them for the earth signs, but I wanted to honor them by reading them. So if you are dealing with an earth sign, I would go watch the earth sign video. If you have earth sign in your chart, I would watch the video. If there's an earth sign in your life in general, I would just watch the video, even if you're not like dating them or whatever. I don't think it's totally relevant if earth isn't prominent for you, right? Like, if you're just like, there isn't really anyone in my life I could think of, I wouldn't really bother with it. But yeah, I've never really done that before, where I've taken cards from the previous reading to use for the next one, but it just definitely felt like that's what should happen. So that's what I'm doing, all right? So to start, we have the Knight of Wands, okay? So this man is on his horse coming in to save the day, all right? He's not even going into battle. He's like going to come pick you up from battle. He's not trying to fight anyone. He's trying to make you feel better, all right? So this could be you, just totally in the zone, really. Just feeling very complete, okay? Feeling like you can help others, feeling like you are so emotionally intact that you can take on other people's problems in a sense, and being very passionate about it, feeling very deeply. There was a word I was gonna say and I lost it, but you know what I mean. Six of Swords, science, shit's worked out. Nobody, again, not going into battle, not fighting here. We're not fighting anything. It's all worked out. It's all solid, okay? And then the Chariot, maybe a Cancer, but also just smooth sailing, being on your path, right? He's on his path. He's charging in. I love this, okay? These are great. Earth sign reading was a goddamn mess. They would have definitely benefited from a positive message like this, but it wasn't for them. I could tell it wasn't really for them. It was for you, okay? So, smooth sailing. And then, Ten of Discs, wealth. Okay, money coming in, money solid, physical shit, just with it, okay? And then we have the Fool, a new journey ahead, right? I mean, I can't even really tell you anything. You are just rocking it right now, air signs, and I love that for you. I think it's well-deserved. I think you put in the work. I think that you're doing what you need to do, and you're finally seeing it pay off. And congratulations to you, okay? Don't let anybody try to tell you that you owe them anything either. I don't know why I just thought to even say that, but you don't owe anybody shit except maybe a thank you, okay? If you want to put that in a card and send it, go ahead, but you really don't owe anybody anything. Nine of Cups, happiness, all right? Finding your bliss and following your bliss, okay? And then the Hierophant. So maybe dealing with a Taurus. Funny, though, because the Earth sign video had the Lovers, which is Gemini, and now the Air sign video has the Hierophant, which is Taurus. So I'm sensing that there might be some Air sign, Earth sign relationships, even though the Earth sign reading was heavy on earth relationships. That's why I am encouraging you to watch it, okay? So reiterating that factor. But the Hierophant's also very traditional, okay? He's like a bishop. I watched a reader who described him as old and crickety one time, and I was so personally offended, but, you know, she's not necessarily wrong. It was just painful to hear, right? But he likes to stick to tradition. But because he's so into tradition, he holds a lot of ancient wisdom from listening and learning and keeping track, in a sense, right? And then we have debauch in reverse, okay? So getting your shit together, really having a lot of self-control, okay? Because debauch is to be in excess. And I always have said this, I had the total wrong definition of debauchery because I am from medieval times and I was thinking debauchery in a 15th century sense, but that's not really how we use it in today's world. So I always said this was the cheater's card, so even if it was, it's in reverse, so nothing to worry about there. Okay, I'm seeing faithfulness, and that's one thing about a Taurus is they are notoriously loyal. Okay, so I want to cry. You're doing so good, air signs. Here's this weird thing that happened. Same card came up in the same way in the fire sign video, but you have the 8 of discs in reverse. Why on earth is everything going so well for you and you're so happy and so successful here, and yet you're not staying true to yourself? I'm at a loss. I don't even know. That sucks. I mean, that's sad to hear, okay? It's just like, oh, damn. For as good as you're doing, you're not actually doing what you want to be doing. Bummer. I mean, that's a bummer, right? It's not devastating. It's just like, oh, okay. But it's going well regardless. Even if it's not your ideal vision and it's not perfectly what you wanted, it's still pretty great, okay? But maybe ask yourself, what about this situation isn't fulfilling you, okay? And just to know, because maybe you can fix it and maybe you can develop some sense of not fulfillment necessarily, but to realize your own dreams, okay? But we want you to be you. So if you're feeling very held back, if you're feeling a little like you can't show your true authentic self, like I see that, but I don't see that at the same time because it looks so good, you know? So that's a tough one. All right, looks like a lot of face down cards, but underneath the face down cards, we have the Priestess, the all-knowing, okay? So you kind of know what your issue is. You really do. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which could be phallic. So you might be having some sexual issues, you know? But it could also just be you're not aligned with your feelings, right? You just know that you're not feeling it, maybe. Like, yeah, on the surface or on the outside, things look really good, but it's not truly resonating with you. So you know that the hang-up is, you know what the hang-up is. I'm getting sort of a sexual energy. You might not be feeling physically satisfied in that regard. Or, again, it's just a feeling where you're just like, yeah, no, something's not right. Something's just not right. Okay? So let's see what these cards are. We have the Ace of Discs, all right? So keeping it together, being solid. Adjustment, Libra, okay? So this is an air sign reading. Maybe you're doing a new job and you are sort of getting used to being financially secure. That might be something new for you. Could even just be some source of income outside of a job, but it's honestly getting used to having money, which is not a bad place to be honest. 10 of Cups, satiety, having it all. I'm sort of seeing this complication of like life is going really good and you're not really sure exactly why you're not feeling it. You're not really totally in tune with yourself because of that reverse prudence. You know that you're not necessarily fully committed to who you are, but you still have everything you want. So it's sort of conflicting, but kind of makes sense. 7 of Wands, valor, okay? So being brave and facing that head on, you know, going into it being like, you know, I might have it all, but there is something missing and there is something I need to change or there's something I need to address. There is something else going on here. Princess of Cups, okay? So kind of rewinding a little and coming back to your roots, okay? I'm getting this message of remembering. Okay, back. Had a little interruption, but anyways, one thing to get you to a place where you are feeling like you're staying true to yourself, which typically I don't bring up for this card, but I'm bringing up in this scenario where I want you to go back and think about what you wanted to be when you got older, when you were younger. Okay, so if you're in line with that, then it's time that you step up your game and become more dedicated to it, or do it more passionately, or even more openly. If you have like a secret hobby, like for example, you paint, right? But the nature of your paintings are a little vile or explicit, and for some reason you're shy about sharing it. Well, you're not really being who you are meant to be by hiding this from people. And you might actually have the chance or the potential to make some money off of it. And you could be selling your paintings, but you don't want to show anyone. So how could you ever? You know, and that could be it, where you are doing it, but you're keeping it a secret. Sorry, I hiccuped, so double up on that message. Yeah, try to think, what did you think about the perspective you had as a child, even when it comes to your mood or your attitude or the way you feel or the way that you operate, and not just necessarily what you do, but just your mindset, you know, looking through the eyes of a child, okay? Sort of being like, a star, make a wish. First star I see tonight, okay? That kind of thing, where go back to your roots and who you truly are based on who you once were, okay? That's what I'm getting for that. Okay, Eight of Swords, interference, all right? So something is going to come along that's either going to put you in the right mindset or is going to try to disrupt you from that mindset. It depends on the course of this journey, right? But let's just move on. Try to figure it out. Ooh, Ten of Swords, ruin. Yikes. Maybe that was bad advice. It seems really, really strange. And then Prince of Discs. Okay. Wow. I don't even know how to take that, honestly. That is not the route I was expecting. You go from having these high cards, right, to all of a sudden these not so great high cards, because you have the Ten of Cups, satiety, and the Seven of Wands, valor, great, but then this Eight of Swords and this Ten of Swords, interference and ruin. Okay, so let's backtrack. Let's say this Princess of Cups isn't necessarily going back and trying to figure out how you feel, but it's more about not developing how you feel and not moving forward with your new mindset, okay? It's still hiding, okay? It just eventually is going to destroy you from the inside out. And then you have to start over financially even. I don't know, it seems really left field. It just doesn't really match up with the rest of the reading, does it? I don't know. Like I said, I could have been giving you bad advice. Your childlike mindset might actually be holding you back, right? I don't know. That seems really, really weird to me. And then to end it with the Prince of Discs, maybe it's about starting over. See, but backtrack again. Let's say you do kind of get in line with what you once wanted, right? And it interrupts your regular life and things start to fall apart. But it's just so you can start anew, right? Getting back out in the field, planting new seeds, waiting for a new crop of heart to harvest. Okay, so this maybe this Ten of Swords isn't necessarily a bad thing. Maybe things do need to fall apart for you just so you can bring them back together and start something new. Okay, so if things start to go down, don't panic, right? Just kind of go with it. All right. It's a rough one. I don't want to end on that note. Bottom of the deck is the Tower. Oh, because it was the Tower in the last reading and I didn't actually shuffle the cards, so I'm not going to give you that. I'm going to shuffle and see if we can just get a couple more cards. I don't want to drag this out because we did have a very positive message, but I don't necessarily want to end on a bad note. So I'm just going to see if anything pops out. Oh, I have all these cards too. Whoops. Okay. Let's just see if anything comes out. Four of Cups, luxury. Okay. I'm starting to see it a little more clearly. Okay, we're going to leave it at that. Seems like a bit much, but okay. I guess we're just extending this reading. Okay, come on, man. This was not my intention. I don't want all these fucking cards. This is what happened in the last one. This is why you had the cards already. That is so annoying. Thought this would be a nice, short, positive reading, and then I had to go and do all this, you know? The hell? Okay. So here's what I'm seeing for real. I'm gonna stop shuffling. Bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So you have it all, right, with this Ten of Cups, and then something happens and you just sort of change your mind because you decide that you need to be more true to your authentic self, and things start to fall apart around you and you are at the point of starting over. So starting from then, okay, so Prince of Discs, maybe not having it all, but working really hard to get it. We do have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, so I do see it turning in your favor. Even if things do fall apart for you, you'll make a comeback, so to speak, right? And I'll be honest, I'm in a house full of people, so I apologize for keep stopping, you know. I'm in a kitchen. People come in for snacks, so... Anyways, I don't know where I left off. That's why I was being honest, because I literally don't really remember the last thing that I was saying. Anyways, I'm sensing it's sort of like a midlife crisis, okay? And it doesn't have to necessarily be like, oh, I turned 40, I'm having a midlife crisis, but same energy, quarter life crisis, whatever you want to call it. I'm sensing that no matter how put together you are, you just have this feeling of walking away from everything and starting something brand new. And I'm not going to tell you not to, okay? But you, if you decide to do this, okay, Four of Swords, truce, you have to accept that, yes, things are going to fall apart. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very hard, okay? And I'm not really sure why you're feeling like abandoning your entire life and starting over, you know? It might be a temporary feeling, air sign, head in the clouds. Don't make any rash decisions unless you're really willing to accept the work that comes with it, okay? But then I also see indolence, Eight of Cups, laziness. You fucking give it all up, fuck your whole world up, start over, and then give up immediately. Oh, I don't want to do it. This is hard. I don't want to do it. Okay, well, you're only going to screw yourself over, you know what I mean? We have the Knight of Swords, all right? So air energy, working hard, coming in hot, ready for battle, here to help, dedicated, right? Queen of Discs, okay? Raking in that dough. Maybe your passion project really does pay off. This is what you get with consistency, okay? We see Prince of Cups. Going back to this Princess of Cups energy, all right? Being, your own personal guru for some reason, I thought. Taking your own advice, reflecting on, again, who you wanted to be when you were young, kind of thing. Or a child, if you want, you know, if you have a partner, especially these air, earth sign relationships, I'm seeing that big time. And even if you're the woman and that's the man, or you're both women, both men, air signs are masculine and earth signs are feminine, so it would make sense that you're presented as the knight and the queen here, okay? But it could be one that's very dedicated and hardworking, the other one that's financially or just in general stable, okay? One who provides stability. But yeah, the Prince and the Princess of Cups, something to do with the way that you're thinking about things and the way that you approach things is going to be really important. And then we have the Nine of Wands, strength, okay? So no matter how hard it gets, never giving up. And then Seven of Swords, futility. So totally fucking pointless. Be really careful, air signs. Be very careful, because I'm just not sure that giving up and starting over is necessarily the right thing to do. I think there's a lot of steps that you can take to connect yourself back to who you want to be. And I don't think you have to give up everything to do that, because I don't think that is the road that you truly want to be on. Because again, indolence came up very quickly. You get real sick of it real quick, basically. And I just can't say I recommend it. I think you need to keep on doing what you're doing and take smaller steps to get what you want. Again, if you don't show anyone your paintings, post them on your fucking Instagram, okay? Just see if somebody wants to buy it. Opening up, coming out to your family, rather than quitting your job. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, like, don't make too rash of a decision. I'm ignoring this, actually. I don't want anything to do with these. I don't think they're for you. I thought about putting them aside for water signs like I did for your reading, but I'm not really resonating with it. It's a bit much. It looks actually exactly like the earth sign reading, so I'm going to tell you one more time, go watch the earth sign readings. If there is an earth sign in your life, or if there is earth in your chart, okay, go watch it. This is literally, I'm seeing it already. It's like the same fucking story. So just go check that out if you want to know what this is about. But it's over. So yeah, the moon. Pisces could be like come Pisces season, kind of like a timeline, the end of the actual year, right? But also manifesting. You know, make sure you have a very clear picture in your mind of what you're going for. And instead of just being like, I want something completely new, maybe you can just change your hair. You know, like, you don't have to dramatically walk away from everything that you have to have a fresh start. All right? Because, again, this was really great. Those beginning cards were really awesome. And then it just takes a hard turn. And it's like, why even? You know, again, midlife crisis vibes. We have the Eon, which is judgment, and the Four of Cups, luxury, okay? So, yeah, the people or yourself are going to judge you because you have it all. Why are you trying to give it up? You know, like, why give up the job that pays your bills when you have a job that pays your bills, you know? And so many people are out of work right now, and so many people aren't making enough money, and you're just like, well, I'm bored. Like, get over it. Get over it, honestly. You just be really careful. And I am so about you being your truest, authentic self, but I am not about watching you destroy your life in the process, okay? So get a haircut before you quit your job. You know, get a song done before you go on a rampage kind of thing, you know? Like, sort through your shit before you just start making decisions. That's all I'm saying. But I know once your mind is made up, it's pretty made up because it's very hard to make up your mind, right? So I would just be careful. Queen of Wands, okay, so yes, fire energy, but thinking emotionally, okay, and doing what you want based on how you feel is going to be bad. And this is like the third time that this has come up because you got the Ten of Swords, you got the Tower, and then you have the Seven of Discs, which is failure. So financial downfall. Try your best not to make any rash decisions, okay? Go for little things. Rearrange your house. Sell some of your items. Or buy yourself something nice if you have it in the budget. But just please, 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 please do not make any rash decisions right now. Now is not a good time for that, okay? Just enjoy the good things and try not to focus too much on yourself. I know that sounds really bad because we are the center of our own attention and we should always be the stars of our own show, but right now is just a time to appreciate how well things are going, okay? And figuring out what little things that you can do for yourself to make you feel more like you. A makeover, new outfit, you know, buying some makeup, or learning how to do a new look, okay? But don't just give up on everything, you know? Don't break up with your partner because they're pissing you off this week, and don't quit your job because you're bored of it, or, you know, no big decisions, all right? Do little things first and see how that feels. And we'll reconvene in the next couple days or weeks or whatever, all right? So thanks for tuning in. I will probably be on again tomorrow for some individual zodiacs so we can be a little more clear on what you should be doing, all right? But in the meantime, hold your goddamn horses, air signs. All right. Love you guys.